Out of huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. On the black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. This part of a brilliant piece of art is from the poetry collection And Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. Some people try to use definitions and labels to describe someone. But a person's personality is too big, too complex for these definitions and labels. You have to feel, experience, and listen to capture the entire essence of an individual. It's the same story for words too. Some words are so much more than what they are described to be. The definition of a poet is a person who composes poetry. But a poet is so much more than this. A poet is someone who has the ability to encourage, exhilarate, and give hope. To let people know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. A poet that inspired generations during a single lifetime was Maya Angelou. Author, actress, dancer, singer, civil rights activist, and poet Maya Angelou performed in play productions and wrote autobiographies, but is most famously known for her renowned poetry that inspires, motivates, and encourages people around the globe today. She was born April 4th, 1928 in St. Louis, Missouri. When she was very young, her parents had decided to put an end to their calamitous marriage, and she and her idolized older brother Bailey were sent to live with their grandmother, Mrs. Andy Henderson, and her disabled son Willie in Stamps, Arkansas. Mrs. Henderson was a very religious woman that Angelou looked up to and admired her ability to illustrate examples of independence and courage whilst being the religious person she was. But when Maya was only 7, she visited her mother. There, she was raped by her mother's boyfriend. This grim experience left her mute for about 5 years, but she got her voice back by speaking poetry to herself. This proves that poetry can affect anyone and give hope, and in this case, even a voice. Angelou moved during World War II to San Francisco, California. She eventually earned her scholarship to California Labor School because of her deeply rooted passion for the arts. She even became San Francisco's first Black female cable car conductor at age 14. When Maya finished high school at George Washington High, she gave birth to a son, Guy, a few weeks after graduation. As a teenage mom, she worked as a waitress and a cook. These circumstances were not nearly enough to stop Maya Angelou from pursuing her dreams. She landed a role in the play production Porgy and Bess, and other productions soon followed, and her career took flight. When her friend James Baldwin pushed her to write an autobiography on her life experiences, Maya wrote the immensely successful autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. It gave millions around the world hope and inspiration. She continued to write more biographies throughout her life, but is most known for her dazzling poetry, including the poetry collection, Just Give Me a Cool Drink of Water Before I Die. But perhaps her most famous piece of work is the poem On the Pulse of the Morning, which she exclusively wrote and recited for at President Bill Clinton's inaugural ceremony. If you carefully look at the poem, you can see that it deals with political topics, stressing that both the people of America and the president need to work together so that everybody can live in peace and harmony. Sadly, Maya Angelou died May 28, 2014. But she left behind a new meaning for a poet. As someone whose soul is very deep within their poetry and is unearthed and transformed when you unravel their magnificent, inspirational vision of the world.